Sex Party with Dustin Rybka special presentation. Sex Party with your host, Dustin Rybka.
Hello, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and welcome to a big fat Sex Party Christmas, the 2022 holiday special. I'm your host, Dustin Rybka. This thing is jam-packed with special appearances from some of your favorites, top secret cameos, and of course, 3 big interviews with Dorothy A.B. Johnson, Rachel Maine, and Ava Marie. So let's get to it. Pour the eggnog, take your medication, and enjoy.
Sex Party Season's greetings.
Hi, it's Amanda Paul, aka Handy Mandy, wishing you a Merry Clitmas and a happy hand job. My fun fact is a series of Dutch research studies show that women wearing socks orgasm 80% of the time, whereas when they're not wearing socks, they only orgasm 50% of the time. So let her keep her fuzzy socks on and she will get a better nut.
Hey guys, it's Jackie Pugh, Freedom and Fulfillment Coach, and I'm here to remind you during cuffing season to stop fucking settling. This is not an invitation to go find somebody just to appease yourself and to have instant gratification. This is a time to love on you, enjoy the holidays, and don't get under somebody else to get over somebody else. So, I don't know how to end this.
Hi everyone, it's Mia from Taboo, and I hope you're having a very happy ho 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 holiday season and getting a little naughty. And I would say my tip is to think about what your pleasure goals and relationship goals are for the new year and think about what you want more of. So, happy holidays.
Hey guys, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. This is Sheena Sharma, and I am a dating coach for single millennials. So many things to end the new year and want to advise you guys to do, but I thought about it a little, and I think that one of the most important things that men and women need to be aware of within this coming year and the next coming couple of years is to just be your authentic self.
What's going on? I'm Carla Romo, dating and relationship coach. And this holiday season, follow your damn gut.
Hey, it's Jordan Donnell, and I wanted to remind you to take time for yourself this holiday season and slow down and be present in your body, be present with the people around you, and just enjoy everything that the holidays have to offer for you.
Hey guys, it's Allie McDonald. Happy holidays. If you're nervous about going home, visiting your family, and mom's going to give you shit about being single again this time of year, remember you can just tell her to shut the fuck up and move on.
Hi, this is Erica Smith, creator of Purity Culture Dropout, and Clementine here, who doesn't want to be seen. And we are here to wish you a happy holiday and remind you that this is especially the time of year when you shouldn't deny yourselves pleasure. So eat the sugar, eat the full fat dessert, turn the vibrator setting up, say yes more than you say no. Get all the pleasure you can. And I don't think you should deny yourself after the holidays either. Keep it going.
Hello, everyone. This is Chi Love, certified matchmaker and dating specialist. And the year 2023 is right around the corner. Make sure this year, if you were single and you want something real, that you manifest that. It can all be yours. Manifest that shit. The love life that you dream of, the love life that you're hoping to have, manifest it. Put yourself out there. Leave 2022 in 2022.
Hey guys, it's Stephanie Smith from Dirty Blondes podcast. This year, I hope you guys don't drink and drive for the holiday season and end up with a fractured finger like myself and a DUI. For 2023, I hope you guys try all kinds of new things, try all different positions and new sex toys, and ask for a lot of fun stocking stuffers. All right. Have a happy holidays.
It's Christmas, it's the holiday season, but it's also breakup season. 2 weeks before Christmas in December, breakups begin to skyrocket in America. But why is this happening? Is this because we're all cheap asses and we don't want to buy our partners gifts? Do we not want to meet their weird and potentially smelly family? What's going on, guys, right? To help us sort it out, friend of the show, breakup coach, Dorothy A.B. Johnson is here. Dorothy and I come up with a recipe for the first ever sex party cocktail. We talk about some toxic things you shouldn't or maybe should do if you are broken up with during the holiday season. And if you think you might get broken up with during the holiday season, we have some strategy and some tips for you. So prepare yourselves because this is my holiday conversation with Dorothy A.B. Johnson.
Happy holidays.
Dorothy A.B. Johnson, welcome. Well, welcome back to Sex Party, right? But welcome to the Sex Party holiday special extravaganza. I don't know. How are you doing?
Good. How are you? I love Christmas. It's one of my favorite times of year. I love the holiday season. So I am so excited to be here and chat with you all about the holiday.
Yeah. So why do you love Christmas? Is it the food? Is it because your business just fucking explodes through the roof?
I mean, it's all of it, right? We've got food. I love making Christmas cookies. I love setting up a Christmas tree. I love the smell of Christmas. I'm just genuinely one of those holiday filled. I like the cheesy Christmas movies on Netflix. That kind of, I'm that jam. I'm let's do all of the Christmas traditions.
Yeah. So has that always been a thing for you? Are we always watching It's a Wonderful Life? Or what? Okay. What's your favorite Christmas movie? Let's do that first.
Okay. So that's easy. That's Elf. That's not a Netflix one. That's just my favorite though. I love the Elf Christmas movie. It's one of my favorites.
My favorite Christmas movie, not that you asked,
I'm ready. I want to know.
It's Die Hard. Die Hard is a Christmas movie. I will die on this hill. It's fucking Die Hard. Die Hard 2 is a Christmas movie. Lethal Weapon, guys. No one's given any love to Reindeer Games, this movie that Ben Affleck did with Charlize Theron a couple decades ago.
Yeah.
I need the violent Christmas movie stuff, you know?
We need an action-packed Christmas movie.
Yeah, well, I mean, Home Alone is masochistic and violent and crazy. He baited those guys into the house
Home
and then
Alone
tried
is
to
good.
kill them.
Yeah, Home Alone is good. Yeah,
and violent, super violent.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, are you a Christmas person? Do you like holidays?
I feel like I get into it. It's not something. So I'm a summer person. I like hot weather. I like less clothing. Drinking and having fun and being alive. And winter is death to me, right?
I can't believe you live in Chicago. I
Yeah.
moved to Florida for that reason. I'm not a winter person either. But I think that's why I like Christmas so much. Is I'm Christmas lets me celebrate winter season. But then if the winter would go away January, I feel that would be great. It gets cool. October, November, it's winter, December, and then January we start spring. I think that would be a better idea.
Yeah, I think if we could just cut out. See, again, I love the vibe, the lights, everybody's doing something. I like when everyone's doing something, I think it's great.
Chris Kindle Market. I forgot about that. I like Chris Kindle Market.
Yeah, there's a lot of drunken festivities you can have in Chicago. I mean,
all the drinking activities
year round, right? But Christmas, it's pretty wild too. I feel do you think Christmas is a horny holiday? Do you think people are sexy and having sex and or whatever? Is everyone too stressed? What do you think?
I would say it's a horny holiday. Everyone's magically in love. I remember 2 Christmases ago, I was falling in love with my current partner and it was a horny holiday. It was very we're going to do all of the fun things. We're going to go to the whiskey bar. We're going to have Christmas parties. We're going to go to the laundry room. I like all of the Christmas parties and the dirty sex of just going and hip-hopping around, bebopping around to all the different places.
Yeah, and I think there is something horny about Christmas lights, right? It's that vibey,
it's all the colors. Like there's no rhyme or reason or order. It can do like even your Christmas lights in the background. Like there's multiple different colors and there's no order and it doesn't matter. Like it can be whatever it is. And you get costumes, so it's almost like a second Halloween. Even like we get to be cute and slutty in like Christmas outfits.
So you're dressing up for Christmas. What do you dress up as?
Oh, I love dressing.
What do you dress up as
for Christmas?
An elf?
No. I don't like to dress up as anything.
Right.
I think I just dress up in like holiday things. I like to wear like my little space alien buns with like tinsel in them. I like to do a good Christmas like sweatshirt or sweater. And I actually just had a friend who went on, there was a bar crawl downtown Pensacola, which is nothing like Chicago. And she wore a cute little sexy like Santa outfit. It was like super tight. She got it on Amazon. It's like very short with the high stockings, like it was good. I liked it.
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing is like, so Halloween has been slutified. We love it, right? Easter is kind of slutified. Christmas is slutified, right? But the thing that isn't slutified that I think gets no attention, and I was talking about this over the last holiday, is Thanksgiving. Like where is the slutty Thanksgiving shit? You know what I mean? Like that has to be next.
It's so funny because I work at a Great Dane Rescue, and we got like hats for the dogs, and they were like huge turkeys, and it's so funny because it was like the least sexy thing, but it was really funny. And then I was thinking about something Christmas based. We're speaking about favorite movies, Christmas movies, and all of a sudden I was like, Mean Girls. That whole scene in there, and with Mean Girls, with them doing like the cute little Christmas dance. That would probably be my second favorite Christmas movie if we're allowing that.
Of course. Listen, we will allow anything to be a Christmas movie. I know Lindsay Lohan just dropped one on Netflix, like some kind of Christmas thing.
Oh, that was interesting. I definitely have watched it already.
So what's the deal with like the Pepsi and milk thing? Is that in the movie or is it something?
So I fell asleep halfway through the movie. So I don't know if I can't for sure say it's not a part of the movie, but I didn't know that it's a part of the movie if it is. It was a hard movie to watch. I'm normally like really good with the cheesy ones. I really am. And I love Lindsay Lohan. But it was real cheesy.
So you fell asleep. You fell asleep with the alien buns and with the Christmas tree in the background. Wow.
I also like speaking of other Christmas traditions, I love a good brandy and eggnog mixture. Makes me sleepy though.
See, I'll just take the brandy, like in a.
I do dairy-free eggnog.
Yeah.
What's your favorite Christmas drink then?
To be honest, I'll drink anything you got. Like as long as it's not scotch. I'm weird about scotch. I drank a ton of scotch when I was a youngster, like 14, 15, and had that first like I'm gonna fucking die drunk. And so ever since then, if I smell scotch, I just turn into a werewolf. It's like
you're like
it's really, really bad. Yeah. But other than that, like, I think tequila is a massively underrated holiday drink, especially if you get yourself some Casamigos, something more high end. Boom, boom, boom. Little lime. I don't know. Throw some cinnamon in that and whatever. And then there you go. That's your sex party.
I never even thought about that. That's a really great idea. I like
it. It is because the clear Casamigos is just.
It's my cousin's husband's favorite, and he literally just drinks it straight. So would you say you make that with, you literally just drop cinnamon in it and it's by itself and cinnamon and wham, bam, thank you, ma'am, we're good to go?
I mean, I was just like throwing the cinnamon in there to be like kitschy and like
But I really like the idea. I'm like, can we try the cinnamon though? I'm like, I want to try it.
I think Casamigos, right, with a little lime, like freshly squeezed lime and like a dash of cinnamon, right? You could maybe even add some dairy-free milk in there.
I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna try it, and we're gonna see.
Try it. Take a picture. Tag me. I'll blow it up. Well, this will be a thing. We are already starting a tradition. It's the first. This
will be a sex party Christmas drink.
Exactly, because after 3 or 4 of them, you're asleep in front of the TV, and it's just
watching the Lindsay Lohan Christmas movie.
Right. Totally. So the viewers, the audience will know, I will remember, you were on the show. You're a breakup coach. I'm still fascinated. I'm still like, I have questions for you. Spoiler alert, you are coming back, soon. That's all I'll say. But Christmas time, right? and correct me wherever I'm wrong, because I tend to be wrong on a lot, and that's okay. But Christmas time has been dubbed breakup season. Is this true that Christmas is the high? Like, I heard that the 2 weeks before Christmas, so we'll say, I don't know, December, like right now, actually, right? December 10th or something. Those 2 weeks before Christmas is the highest breakup rate of the entire year. Is this true? Are we in breakup season?
I would say it is true. I think, but I wouldn't say, I don't know if it's the highest, but it is definitely one of the highest. And the other two I would say are before Valentine's Day, which is still kind of in the same season. Summer is when everyone's falling in love and it's like a great season. And then the other thing that I think is interesting that I am starting to like pick up on within my own business is anytime there's like a crisis for a specific person, people break up. Like I'm starting to see this theme of like this person goes through a crisis, like their mom is dying or their father is dying or they have a baby or like something big happens. I see an increase in breakups when that is taking place. I feel like I get a lot of people who are like, oh, I went through this really horrific thing and my ex cheated on me and then we broke up, or my ex, just broke up with me. It's like a capacity to handle crisis or something. But yes, Christmas is definitely up there. And the interesting part though, is that I would say that there's also an increase of people like starting to, what's the word? But there's like a word for it, starting to like bundle up together for the winter season to hibernate together. You know what I mean? Like,
Cuffing
look
season.
around. Yes, there's the word. Yeah.
Yeah.
That is also a thing.
Okay, so the some of the statistics that I read, right, and you're the expert, and that's why you're here for the Christmas special. We're gonna fucking alarm everyone, scare the shit out of everyone. Be careful, right? You might get broken up with it, but also we're gonna help some people too. So it's gonna even out, right? We're careening towards Christmas, and here we go, right? So
I have a question for you. Hold
of
on.
course.
Have you ever gone through a breakup during the holiday season?
Ooh, great question. Have I? Now that I think about it, I have.
Yeah? Tell us about it. What happened? How was it?
So I was dating someone. She was wonderful. It was sort of a rocky relationship though. And as we got closer to Christmas, I was sort of negotiating a new job to move to Chicago. And they were playing like, oh, we'll get back to you. All the fucking dumb shit. You're just waiting for the offer. And the offer came, I think it was like right now, actually, like December 10th, 11th, 12th, somewhere like 2 weeks before. Wow.
Is that why we're talking? I know. Isn't it just great? The universe. I love it.
Yeah, no, it's crazy. We were at dinner, right? Her and I get this phone call. I go outside. We want to hire you. The salary's good. Check your bank account. We already made a good faith deposit, whatever. I mean, they bought all my bullshit hook, line, and sinker, right? I was in all the extras, bells and whistles. And I'm like, oh my God, we're at dinner. We got to celebrate, right? I go in, baby, I just got the job. You're never going to believe, like, we need, shots and like keep them coming, right? I'm excited. Exactly. And we order like, the more expensive sushi, the stuff you kind of like, not tonight. Like we go right for that. We get all of it. Cause it's like, fuck it. Let's have a good time. Right. We're celebrating this huge monumental thing. And I just noticed that like that switch over to where someone is totally fine. And then boom. And it's this little uncomfortable, like dagger that kind of slips right underneath in between the ribs, right underneath the heart. And you're like, something's wrong. Oh God. That started happening. And by the time we got so we had dinner, went to one bar, and then went to another bar, and the alcohol starts flowing. She's at the other end of the bar, like flirting, chatting up this other guy. And I'm like talking to her friends, and I'm like, wait a minute. Yeah. So then she broke up with me, I think out of fear to like protect herself from the weight, the pain of me moving away or whatever. So yeah, I have. And it was a disaster. It was a fucking disaster. I was like drunk at Christmas parties and shit, just, trying to get my life together to move, but like babbling and like, going in bathroom stalls with strangers and all the things you do.
What do you think was the hardest part about, like, do you think that there was something different about that breakup happening during the holidays versus a regular breakup happening at a different time?
Well, I mean, there is a lot to fucking contend with, right? Like I said, you have those goddamn holiday parties that you just can't, because you don't want to be like, oh, Dustin didn't show up at the holiday party. Fuck him, right? And I was in the hospitality scene, the nightlife scene, so I had a lot of those, and I got invited to a ton. And that was like my go time usually of the year, because I would do a big New Year's party. We'd start promoting for that in like October. So you're dealing with ticket sales, you're dealing with Christmas parties. I was actually moving a few weeks from then, and I was just fucking hammered every night. It was the cheap tequila with no cinnamon and a bunch of lime. Just night after night, right? Because what happens for me in a breakup, at least one that's like a fucking doozy, is you do that thing where you go out every single night to just try to like, no, I don't, and you stop eating, you start drinking, you start talking to anyone who will listen, like that kind of thing.
Yes.
Yeah. And so I was doing that during this chaotic time, and I remember just like being at Christmas, and people are like unwrapping their gifts like with my family, and I'm like, wait, what day is it? Did I make it to Christmas? So yeah, it was very difficult because there's so much going on, but also too, like, the fucking stress of everything was like so much. I remember being like, wow, I'm in trouble here. Like, this is a lot. Why am I outside of a gas station at 8 a.m.? Like, waiting to get some alcohol or whatever, right?
Yep.
So I totally get it. And Christmas time, man, what the fuck? I mean,
and I feel like, did you spend a Christmas with your ex before you broke up? Like, you guys were together for an extended period of time?
Yeah, we did, definitely.
Yeah, and I think that's a hard part. I was thinking about everything as before we were meeting, and I'm just like, one of the things that I think comes up pretty consistently is just like all of the memories that you have about different maybe traditions that you built or things that you used to do that they were a part of and now are no longer a part of. And you probably even like projected into the future. Maybe not you, but a lot of us females project into the future and are like, oh, we see ourselves, having a family with this person and doing these different activities with this person, and like all of these things happening during Christmas. And now that this person's no longer part of my life, I don't even get to like explore that future and be excited about that future because I'm so in the depths of despair of right now.
Oh my God. Yeah. I mean, it's just terrible to do that, right? Like, and the thing that I keep seeing, statistically, and again, if I'm wrong, point and shoot. But people are breaking up with people because they don't want to buy them a gift. Is this real? Tell me this is not real, or tell me it's real.
I mean, I don't think that's the only reason. I think that is a triggering moment where you have to make a decision. Like they're leading up to a situation where like, oh, wow, it's time for me to make a decision. Kind of like my ex, that's kind of catapulted Breakup Coach Dorothy. He had to make a decision about like moving and things like that. And so logistically, he finally was forced to make the decision to say something. Whereas before it's like fine to continue letting it go and like, it's comfortable and familiar and we don't have to make any decisions. And like, it's easier to not say anything. Whereas when you come up to Christmas, I think it gets blamed on the gifts. Like, I think it's an easy out of like, I don't want to purchase this person a gift, right? Of like, it's an easy out. But I'm sure there are other things leading up to, and they're probably thinking about breaking up. And then that's just like one of the excuses on the list of probably many as to why they don't want to be with that person.
So that's like, that's the final straw. That's the one that breaks the whole thing. It's like, I don't want to spend $500 on this Carnival cruise or whatever.
Yeah. And I don't think it's just the gifts. I think it's like the activities that come along with the holidays. Like, we're going to have to go spend a week with our family in Vermont, right? We're going to have to like travel and do a 28-hour drive somewhere to get somewhere. We're going to have to fly across the world to go do something, or like all of the things that come with it. Plus, of course, then the gift is one of the extra things. And maybe even it's not just like the gift for the significant other. It's the gifts that we have to take care of for the family, or like, it's all the things that come with the holiday.
Yeah. I mean, so basically what it sounds like, right, is that the breakup was already sort of like boiling up. And this was like, oh, fuck, I don't want to talk to her mom again, right? And then they...
Yeah. It's definitely, there's typically more things at play. And then this is just like one of the, like you said, the thing that breaks the camel's back of okay, I really don't want to do this. This is like too much pain for me to like go through.
The straw that broke the reindeer's back. Ha
Yeah.
ha ha.
Yes.
Whatever. Whatever. It's the Christmas special. We can do what we want. Okay. So how busy are you as a breakup coach during this year? Are you just like bonkers or what? Is your phone ringing off the hook?
I was literally, I have like a list of all my clients here, and we're almost at about 50 people
Wow.
in my group, which is typically a lot. I would say the majority of the time I have around like 25 clients at any given time. We also see a spike in podcast downloads during this time as well. But yeah, there's definitely, like, if you were to look at my metrics within my business, you see a spike towards the end of November, beginning of December, and even all the way up into the new year, probably. Honestly, and I even, like, there might be a slight dip towards like the middle of January, but it really extends all the way through end of February.
Oh wow. So it's like it is one big season.
It's like a big wave. And again, I think that's because Valentine's. So if you didn't get broken up with during the holidays, they're like, you know what I mean? Like once Valentine's Day starts coming up. But again, these are just like general. I'm not the scare tactic kind of person. I don't want to
Sure.
scare anyone. Like, it's just, yes, we see these trends with the holidays, but it's not because of the holidays. It is because of other rocky things going on within the relationship. And if your partner is not willing to work on it, they might choose to dip out instead of work on it. And that's not a problem with the person getting broken up with. That is a reflection of the person doing the breaking up. So I think that's important to call out.
Yeah. And I mean, if you made it through Valentine's Day, you made it, guys. Good for you. Amazing. We'll see you. We'll see you during the Valentine's Day special. But I do think that people are scared, right? People are like, oh no. So could you give some tips, right? If someone is assuming, or if they're starting to get that weird, like I said, knife under the heart feeling, and they're starting to put like paranoia and then evidence, right? Like, let's separate the two. What do we do if you think you're going to get broken up with?
100%. So I actually have been talking to my clients currently inside of my program, and I just wrote actually a podcast episode on this. So by the time this one airs, it's probably on my podcast. But I talk a lot about urgent emotions. And I think when you talk about your experience of the knife in the side there, and you can already feel it coming, right? Like you can already feel something changing. You already feel the energy shift happening within your relationship. What happens is it feels urgent. It feels like there's a problem to be fixed. It feels like you need to fix that feeling. It's scary. You're probably panicking. And I just want you to really think about what that looks like from the outside, because I don't know about you, whoever's listening, but for me, Dustin, when I have an urgent emotion like that and I'm in like pure panic and fear, I'm a psycho. Like straight up, I turn crazy, and I just like, it's absolutely wild. Like I'm grasping for outside reassurance. I'm like asking that my partner to be like, do you love me? Do you want to be with me? Like, that whole energy of like graspy, needy. And it's from this place of like, I want him to reassure me that everything's okay. And when they're in the place of, I don't know if everything's okay. I don't know if I want to be with you. I'm questioning everything. When they have that coming towards them, it's not, number one, it's probably not super attractive. There's that. And then number two, it's not going to fix or solve anything. And so I talk a lot about emotions in the work that I do. And oftentimes we either react to an emotion, like we might be buffering with alcohol, going out, kind of your reaction to it, right? For me, reacting sometimes looks like calling my friends, calling my family, telling them what's happening, asking if it's going to be okay, reaching out to my partner, being like, how are you doing? Texting a million times a day, like just being a lot, like just reacting to it. So sometimes we react, sometimes we avoid, where we just kind of like turn it off, try to shove it under the water. And then other times we resist it, and we're just like, again, shoving underneath the water, just trying to pretend like it's not there. And with urgent emotions, I really highly recommend, it's going to sound so simple, but it's not easy. Allowing yourself to sit with that urgent emotion and don't do anything about it. Like it really feels like you're supposed to fix it. And I promise you, you're supposed to ride it like a wave, even if you let that wave completely like smash you in the face. Like I recently went through this experience where I was having that panicked emotion, that urgent emotion, and I had to sit with it like 50 to 60 times that day. Like I saw it come up, and instead of asking my partner for reinsurance or asking, calling or reaching out to my friends, I just allowed myself to be there with it 50 or 60 times and not try to fix it. Just allow it to be there. And it's a really terrible feeling, right? Like you talked about not eating. It can get to the point where you feel like you're going to vomit. Like you can't even put anything in your mouth other than alcohol because you're like, I'm going to throw it up. It's the worst. So just understand that it is the worst. I'm sorry. I hate it as well. But if you allow yourself to sit with that wave 50 or 60 times a day, by the end of the day, you feel really fucking confident in yourself. You feel really good that you were like, I showed the fuck up for me. I was able to like figure out how to handle those emotions and be there with myself and not outwardly make like a scene about it. I just got to be there with it and I didn't have to fix anything and it wasn't anything that had to happen today. And so at the end of the day, if you can feel something like that coming, just recognize that the best thing that you could do is remain calm and grounded in your belief that you want to be with that person, if that's what you want, right? Remain calm, grounded in what you want. And you can't control other people. So they may choose to leave and break up with you. And if they do it before the holiday season, awesome. You get to spend all of your money on you. I highly recommend buying a beautiful vacation and exiting and going to an amazing beach somewhere with your girlfriends, like 100%, or guy friends. And so if they do that, just obviously recognize that like a breakup, it sucks, but you're going to get through it. I have all kinds of tools and materials to help you, but just know that there's no way you can persuade someone into staying. And do you want to persuade someone into staying with you? I think that's the ultimate question. And when we feel that urgent emotion, we go into fix it mode and we're like, I've got to persuade this person to stay. And I urge you to see what it's like to not try to persuade someone to be with you and just be calm and grounded in who you are and what you stand for and what you want.
Yeah, no, amazing. That's like a mic drop fucking moment here on the Christmas special. That's like amazing advice, and I would advise advice on advice, and I'm no one to give advice, but listen to what she's saying because like every word is precise, and you're right. And there's a lot of great advice on this show in the normal episodes and the specials, and I found myself, no matter what it is, thinking like, oh God, like if I actually listen to these things, my life gets better. So thank you. Thank you so much for that. Right. Cause like part of the advice is like, oh shit. Okay. I guess I will do that thing or whatever.
Yeah.
It does help. And holiday breakups, man, they're a bitch. So like amazing. With that being said, I'm going to give you a couple scenarios. Like we did this last time when you're on the show, and a couple scenarios. Let's say someone is broken up with during the holiday season, okay? And you just say no or yes, right? Scenario number one, they get broken up with. They gather all of the neighborhood kids together, make snowballs and throw them at the person's house until they have to come out, right? And then you say, "Take me back." Is that
It's a no for me. It's a no for me, but I want it to be a yes because secretly I'm like, ooh, that's so fun.
Yeah,
but like,
yeah.
it's a no. It's a no.
Okay, scenario two, they get broken up with. They dress up as Santa Claus and go to the person's like holiday workplace party. Is that healthy or no?
Also not healthy. I wouldn't recommend. Sadly, I wouldn't recommend. These are all really great ideas, though. I mean, I would entertain them.
I mean, there's something fun about being a little toxic. I mean, let's just be real. I mean, whatever. I'll say it. Fuck it, right? Just a little toxic, right? You don't need any violence. Just get the neighborhood kids together and throw some snowballs. If it's snowing. What about like sending a huge long message drunk from your Christmas party? Like, please take me back. We'll make it work. Like,
yeah, I've done that. I've done that one. And I don't recommend it. It didn't work well for me. Maybe it'll work well for you, but it did not work well for me. And then you just feel like an asshole the next day when you read it and there's like 17 like spelling errors and you're like, I swear I'm competent.
Right. I was wearing Santa Claus gloves. What are you doing? I don't like right.
Maybe instead of that, take a sexy photo of you and like send that instead. Just a photo.
No, that's way better, right? That's way better for real. See, again, like fun, toxic, just a little toxic, right? We fucking love it. Dorothy A.B. Johnson, thank you so much for being a part of the Sex Party Christmas special. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. Let's remind everyone in the audience where they can find you, where they can work with you this year, if you can squeeze them in, and then in the new year.
Yes, I would love that. So come follow me on Instagram at Breakup Coach Dorothy. Love hanging out there. I also have a podcast called How to Get Over Your Ex. So if you are struggling, that is an amazing tool. We have episodes on almost everything breakup. So you're able to get short, tangible, to the point tools to help you throughout your breakup journey. And of course, if you want to work with me, you are welcome to join me in my Get Over Your Ex in 3 months or less program. And that can be found at dorothyabjohnson.com/get over your ex. Thank you.
We fucking love it. Yeah. She will be back, ladies and gentlemen. Don't freak out. She's coming back. I get messages all the time. When's Dorothy coming back? So that's good. That's amazing. She'll be back. I'm working on it. Okay.
Yay. Thanks for having me, Dustin.
Yeah, of course. We'll talk soon.
Sex Party Season's greetings.
Hey, I'm Alex Scott. Happy holidays. And if your family can toss it back with all the wine and drinks that they want, you sure as hell can have an edible or two. Have fun.
Merry Christmas, everyone. I'm Amanda Pashuko, and I just wanted to say for all of you out there, have a wonderful holiday. If you've been naughty or nice, looking forward to 2023 coming up, think about what you want to work on, think about what's been working well, and re-envision a beautiful and positive new year.
Hello, my name is Catherine Drysdale. I know the holidays are coming up, and I want to give you one tip that's going to make sure that you are going to survive the holidays, regardless of who you're spending it with, and that is to masturbate. So make sure that you are flicking the bean, you're rubbing one out, you're stroking whatever before you spend time with anyone that stresses you out, because it will make sure that you have the best day possible and survive the holidays.
Hey, it's Dr. Tara from Love Bites, sex professor in LA and TikTok sex educator at 1.7 million followers. What? I'm here to wish you happy holidays. I hope you have an orgasmic, freaky, dirty, nasty, amazing, orgasmic holidays. Bye, guys.
All right. Hey, it's Lauren from WOAH Coaching, and this season I hope we all end up on the naughty list.
Hey, it's Stevie Bowen from the City of Dating, and this holiday is all about prioritizing ourselves. Invest in that vibrator you've been eyeing and forget about that holiday dry spell with the gift of self-pleasure. Happy Christmas, happy Hanukkah, and have a blessed Kwanzaa. Wishing you all fabulous dates in the new year. Mwah.
Hello, it's Emily Duncan, certified sexologist from Australia. This is just your reminder to prioritize pleasure this Christmas.
Hi, you guys. It's Gianna Rackham. Ho, 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 and all of that. And this holiday season, as you are ending this year, get really honest with yourself about what you're feeling, what you want, what turns you on, what excites you. How in love are you really? And what are you going to do about it? And go be happy and do something with that information. That's all.
Happy holidays, everyone. It's Lindsay Darger. If you're feeling stressed going into the holiday season, like most people, what I recommend is make sure before any of your holiday parties and family get-togethers, you get yourself off. That's right. Go fuck yourself. Have a happy Christmas and a happy New Year.
Hi, this is Samantha Schultz, and for this holiday season, a kinky thing that you can do with either yourself or your partner is pick a word or someone's name or something funny that a relative does that you make fun of. Instead of taking a shot, count up how many times that word is said or how many times that thing happens. And then at the end of the night, that's how many spanks your partner gets, or that's how many times they have to crawl across the room and like an animal, or just whatever kinky thing that you want to explore with them and enjoy.
Want to buy a sex toy for your partner but unsure where to start? Do you want to buy a sex toy for yourself but you're unsure what to get? Maybe you have sex toys, you're experienced, but you just want something new. What kind of wacky, new, awesome shit is out there? Sex and relationship coach, sex toy expert, and friend of the show, Rachel Maine, is here to help us make the right choices. So let's get to it. This is my holiday sex toy buyer's guide conversation with Rachel Maine.
Happy holidays.
Rachel Maine, welcome back to Sex Party, but welcome to the Sex Party Holiday Special. How are you?
Wonderful. Thank you for having me back for round 2. I'm excited.
Yeah, for sure. I feel like there is nobody better than you to maybe talk a little bit about sex toys, how to buy sex toys for your partner. If you haven't before, what kind of new, crazy, wacky shit is out there this year, you know? But first, let's talk Christmas. So Christmas, what's your favorite holiday movie?
My favorite Christmas movie is Elf, for sure. I'm a huge Will Ferrell fan. So yeah, Elf was on our TV all the way back in November. As soon as I saw it available, we were watching it.
Right. In your opinion, is Die Hard a Christmas movie?
Oh my gosh. If you asked my brother-in-law, that's what we watch every year when they host Christmas on Christmas Eve. So yeah, I'm going to have to side with him. I'll go with yes on this one.
Smart man. He is. Yeah, I love Die Hard. I think it's even though it's like gaining popularity now, it's like massively underrated as a Christmas film. And so, you know, I feel like, do you think Christmas is like a horny holiday, right? Because like Halloween has been kind of like slutified, which we love. I think we're working on Easter. I see a lot of like sexy Easter bunny costumes and shit. But do you think Christmas has been sort of like slutified and sexified yet, or can we do better?
Yeah, well, I always think we can do better, but definitely this past year I hosted a Christmas themed boudoir shoot for some of my clients. So doing sexy pictures by the Christmas tree and sexy things with candy canes and lights and all of that. I think that's been something that's gaining more attraction. And also I do product sales, and way back in the day, we have a product called Great Head, which is coats the back of your throat so that your gag reflex isn't triggered when you're giving head. And I used to make the joke. I'm like, some girls are out there. We only do this job on the ABCs. So that stands for anniversaries, birthdays, and Christmas. So yeah. I definitely think it's something that, people try to sexify and, just get a little bit cozy and more connected around this time of year.
Yeah, no, I think it's great. So what can we do besides like photo shoots and whatever? Like, what can we do with like our partners? Like, are we having an extra, jug of eggnog at the holiday, work party and like trying to hook up or whatever? How do we really like take Christmas into the best form of sexification?
Yeah, I think that if you're looking at your schedule and what you have going on for Christmas, see where there is some time that you can carve out for making more of that intimate time with your partner, with your loved one. And if you don't have somebody in the picture, carve that time out for yourself, and I know we're getting into this, but giving the gift of pleasure this year, whether that be some creams, some lubricants, some sex toys, some lingerie, I'm always a big fan of that. And having, gifting my partner some things like that for Christmas always, puts that smile on his face and my face too.
Yeah, no, it's great. And yeah, like that, this is where we're headed, on the Sex Party holiday special, right? Because, I think, well, one, there's some cool, like fucking awesome shit that has come out. I would say this year, maybe last year, right? But it's like innovative, right? We have vibrators that will suck on your clit, right? For dudes, there's like straight up like blowjob machines out there. And all of that being said, you mentioned creams and all kinds of awesome shit. I saw like a cock ring with like a camera on it, right? So how do you even start to pick, right? From a point of, I haven't bought a sex toy ever, or I haven't bought a sex toy in a long time. Like, where do you start with all this new stuff?
Yeah, I think that you want to start first by asking yourself how you experience pleasure and how you like to receive pleasure. So if you are someone that likes to have internal stimulation, or maybe you don't, if you prefer clitoral stimulation, if maybe you're someone that has had a vibrator before, what kind of vibrator was it? I know a lot of people, women particularly, start with the bullet vibrator. So it's this little egg-shaped thing. It probably has a cord on it with a battery pack attached to it. If you are still rocking the bullet, this is my encouragement to you to upgrade. The 80s called, they want their batteries back. So USB is where it's at nowadays. But asking yourself that question, how do you experience pleasure? And then shopping for those sorts of toys. So if it is clitoral stimulation, do you want something that vibrates? Do you want something that's going to give you more coverage, or just very, very small, like pinpointed coverage? Do you want something that's going to suction? Do you want something that has like a little tickler in it, because there is so many options out there nowadays.
Yeah, there's a ton. And that's why I feel like it can get overwhelming, right? Because you might see something that's like, oh, this looks really fucking cool. It's really fucking expensive. It's the tech, whatever of the year choice winner. And then you get it home. You're like, this is overwhelming. There's so many fucking settings. So are we keeping it simple? Or are we taking a chance and sort of pushing into that unknown and sort of forcing ourselves to figure it out, right?
Yeah, I think you made such a good point with there being just an overwhelming amount of settings on toys. I primarily work with women. I've been in the sex toy industry for over 8 years now. And the majority of the women that I talk to, they are like, why are there even settings after low, medium, and high? Like, why do I want this like quick buzz or this revving? Like, no one ever uses those settings on the toys. I know there is a very small percentage of women out there that like that, and that, again, no shame to you. But for the most part, like finding something that is going to have a low, a medium, and a high, and maybe a higher and highest, so that you can explore more with different sensations and different levels of power for the vibration. Because some are going to need stronger vibration versus very strong vibration for others might be too much. So you want to have those lower settings too. You want there to be a variety.
Yeah, definitely. And you're right. Like there's always those small set of people that are still eating cornflakes and using weird settings on their vibrators. And yeah. And there is, I have seen, because you mentioned you work primarily with women, and what I have seen is women buying their men sex toys, which is like a fucking 180, because I don't know, 10 years ago, somewhat recent, people were like, in the most part, were like up in arms, because like sex toys for men, obviously is becoming more accepted now, but like the last 5, 10, whatever years, it's becoming more and more accepted, like in general. And I feel like now I see not only ads, but I see like people talking, around this show and just on social media about how they're buying their dudes sex toys. So how cool is that? One, but like maybe what are your thoughts on doing that? Do you think that it builds a healthier relationship? Is it an idea where it's like, hey, I'm exhausted, get yourself off with this blowjob machine? Is it something you're doing together? Like where are they fitting into a healthy relationship?
Yeah, good point, because the intention behind gifting this is definitely important. Again, I've met many women that are like, I'm going to buy this masturbation sleeve so that it makes my job much easier. I'm going to use this under the sheets. I'm going to bob my head up and down while I'm using this masturbator on him. I'm going to trick him. I'm going to make him think it's a blowjob. All is well in the world. And then I have other women that are buying their partners, C-rings, and they're gifting them or bringing them home after, purchasing from me and saying like, hey, I saw this at this party that I went to, and I really want to try this together. I think that this is going to bring both of us more pleasure. So I don't think there's really a right or a wrong way behind it, because again, everybody's going to have their own intention. But I definitely think that bringing toys into the bedroom and into your pleasureful life is only going to add more excitement to your life. If you think of when you go to get ice cream from Dairy Queen, right? You don't always just get a vanilla cone. Sometimes you want a blizzard. Sometimes you want extra chocolate in your blizzard. Sometimes you want sprinkles on your ice cream, right? Like no one wants to be having the same sex every single time they have sex. And toys are such a great way to add diversity to that.
Yeah, totally. Well, and that sort of like brings up another side point, right? Is do you think women are buying toys for men? Like, is there a set of women potentially that are like, just take this, leave me alone. Like instead of having sex with me, have sex with this fleshlight or blowjob machine or I don't know, whatever, right? Like, do you think that's a thing too? Because I feel like, I mean, it depends on where you're at in your relationship, but I feel like some women are just like over it, right? And they just are like, oh God, it's like not fun, or maybe like not as fun. It's exhausting. So what are your thoughts there? Because I think that's sort of an important issue, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I definitely think that there's people out there that do fall into that category. And if they're listening, hi, I'm Rachel Maine. I'm a sex and relationship coach. Please reach out to me. That is a shameless plug because we can work on things to get your relationship to where it's not at that point and you are excited again about sex and giving and receiving pleasure. But sure. And if you are buying, if there is a woman out there that's buying a toy for their partner, let's say if it is a masturbation sleeve, something like that, using it together first is always recommended. The likelihood that the woman, when she purchased this, she probably got some education around how to use it. And we want to make sure, that our men are not using the wrong type of lubricant with the toy, or we want to make sure that you know how to clean it correctly, right? Because men, typically you guys are pretty basic, right? You're going to go jack off into this thing and probably leave it on your nightstand all crusty for the next few days or months or however long. So I love really all sex toys because no matter if it's just a toy for a man or just a toy for a woman, there's always opportunity to be able to use those things together. So using the toys first together, again, to give that education and to show each other how you like to use that toy, either on yourself or on them.
Mm-hmm. No, I think that's awesome. I mean, that's where you want to be. That's the optimal level, is using it on each other. But I feel like, and on this point too, right? I feel like partners, you're going to see partners like catching each other using sex toys alone, right? Because they feel so fucking good. And people like get hooked on it, and that's awesome. And that might cause a little stickiness, no fucking pun intended, right? It might cause a little friction, again, no pun intended, in the relationship. If you're walking in on your dude, like, going to town on a blowjob machine, he's like, or you're going to town, or your partner's, using her vibrator or whatever it looks like. So how do you balance that out? Is it a conversation? Is it like, hey, we're buying these, let's not get too crazy? Is it like, just see what happens? I mean, you're the expert. So, for the holidays, they can already be stressful. We already want to like drink more, masturbate more. So how do we avoid getting to that place?
Yeah, I'll probably piss a lot of people off saying this, but that jealousy, that kind of hit to the ego, I feel speaks a little bit to the level of immaturity in the relationship. It could also speak to lack of conversations that are being had in the relationship, sex positive conversations specifically. This is just, it goes to say, the more conversations that you can have about sex and specifically your sex life, the things that you are okay with or not okay with, establishing boundaries with each other, the better. And those aren't always going to be the, fun type of conversations, because there are going to be things in your relationship that you're not okay with happening, right? But if your partner doesn't know that, then it's not okay for us to then put shame on them for doing that thing. We're not mind readers. And exploring that a little bit more for yourself. Why is it that you don't want your person experiencing pleasure without you involved necessarily?
Yeah, I mean, and also too, just like at its basic core, right? The fucking thing sucks clits. You know what I mean? Like, it feels fucking amazing, probably, right? For the guys, like, it's a machine that gives you a blowjob without stopping. Like, it probably feels fucking amazing. So we are human, and I think that's amazing. Like, that you said that, to communicate that it's going to piss people off and like, why are you, whatever, because fuck that. Like, if you aren't having those, if you don't care enough to have a conversation with your partner about what feels good and what doesn't, if you're just trying to like, get a nut and run, like, fuck you. Cause that's fucked up. And that's where that resentment starts, probably,
Yeah. Yeah. And in no cases, honestly, even thinking in my own personal life, never has my husband came to me to initiate sex and I was like, oh, no, thanks. I already masturbated today. There's no one saying that we can only have one orgasm a day or one sexual experience a day. So, and I think we talked about on the first episode I was with you on here, the benefits of orgasms, right? The more the merrier really for both men and women. I encourage that. So if you're getting it by yourself and then getting it with a partner later, more power to you.
No, yeah, that's amazing. We love more orgasms on the show, more sex on the show. It's like, again, like you're going for optimal. You just fucking got to get in there. So with your expertise, you're in your field. It's the holiday season 2022. Like, what have you seen recently in the sex toy world that you're like, holy shit, that it's like shocking you, right? Because I've seen some of your content. You profile some of these things. They are kind of wild in the best way possible. So like, what's a couple that have like really kind of blown your mind?
Yeah. This year, I've definitely seen a spike in lingerie sales. And so what I'm hearing from the women is that they're buying the lingerie for themselves, but they are gifting it to their partner. So either as a stocking stuffer or like my partner and I, we usually open one present on Christmas Eve where it's just the two of us. And so that's usually the time where we would present more of our sexier gifts, not so much opening them up in front of family and niece and nephew and all that. So that is definitely one thing that I've seen. And a lot of women too, like treating themselves this holiday season. I just wrapped up my biggest sale of the year this past week. And so a lot of women treating themselves to not one, not two, but multiple toys for themselves this year, and just getting a different variety of toys. I think a lot of people are into more exploring things that they haven't yet. If they've just been rocking this bullet for so long, they might be getting something now that has that internal stimulation. The womanizer type toys, or anything with the clitoral suction, or the pressurized air that's blowing out in the clitoral part, are very, very popular right now. I feel like that was like a COVID sensation in 2020 that rose on Amazon, right? Like everybody and their mom has one now. But yeah, so exploring with those different things, because you truly never know what you might like. And just because you tried it once and it didn't feel good, please, please, please try it again, because your body could have just been different that day, right? Like how we experience pleasure varies on a daily basis. So yeah, keep trying.
Yeah, for sure. What do you think is coming next? Like innovation wise with sex toys, with like, is it like, what direction are we headed, in your opinion? Because you're seeing it like more firsthand, I think, than anybody else.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, what I'm seeing and what I know that we have kind of coming down the pump for the company that I work for is more upgrades in terms of the texture and the material of the toys. And so I think that people are really wanting something that has less ingredients in it, right? Things that are not plastic, things that are better for the earth and, eco-friendly and all that. And so, I know that what we have coming down the line is just very, very ultra soft silicone. And you also want, things like food grade silicone, because those are safer for the body. You don't want, like polyurethane and things like that some toys are made out of. So I think just overall an upgrade in the quality of toys. And again, you can add all the different pulsatings and functions and things that you want, but generally people, it sounds cool that it has all the bells and whistles, but generally you're working with speeds 1, 2, and 3, low, medium, and high.
Yeah, I mean, it's like a fucking blender, right? Like, why would you use like a setting between medium and high, right? What the fuck?
Yeah.
And if you are, I'm not knocking you. No one's knocking you. Do your thing. It's great. But okay, so Santa Claus is at the North Pole, right? There's a lot of elves around. We don't know what's going on. It's the North Pole after all. He is kind of an old white dude, so you never know what's going on there. Do you think that he's using sex toys? And if so, what is he using? Is he using it with his wife? I mean, in your opinion, right?
Oh my gosh. Well, I don't know. Is the theory that, Santa and Mrs. Claus are the ones that like produce all of these elves? Where did the elves come from? I guess I don't know the history behind that, but someone's fucking somewhere up there. So I hope that toys are involved for sure.
Yeah, I mean, and they make like toys, right? But not I mean, we don't know. They could make sex toys. I don't know. I just feel like he would have to be doing something. Like, I mean, you have the whole year, right? And you're just stuck up there in no man's land, right? So like, it's a lot for Mrs. Claus to handle, right? So I just feel like, you think he would be more of a blowjob machine guy? Is he going high tech, or is it like low tech, like some like fucking hole in a piece of wood, or like what do we think?
Yeah, I'm feeling high tech because he works so hard and he does so much, and he just wants like very hands free, like just I lay here, I sit here with my erection, and this thing does what it's going to do. And I hope the same for Mrs. Claus, because she has to put up with him being gone a lot of times of the year, and being busy all the time. So
yeah, no, she's got to have, I hope that she has some like really crazy, like a whole fucking like floor of whatever building they're in, just full of crazy sex toys. So if someone is wanting to buy their partner a sex toy for Christmas, but they're nervous about it, right? They've never done it. No one fucking talks about this stuff. That's why we were doing these podcast episodes. How do they get over the nerves, right? Do it, feel good about themselves. And are they asking their partner, are they like putting teaser hints out there? Like, oh, your phone looks kind of busted. What kind of phone is that? Like, like, they're going to show up with a phone, but like, are they like checking to see if the partner has sex? I mean, where do they start? Cause I feel like that could be like really overwhelming too. Right. And, we're doing kind of a little, holiday sex toy guide. So the most important part is, how do they, no pun intended, how do they bite the bullet and go through with it? Right.
Yeah, I think going back to my original suggestion, if you were purchasing a toy for yourself or someone else, but if you're wanting to purchase something for your partner, thinking about when the two of you are together, how do they experience pleasure from you? And so if you know that she really likes clitoral stimulation, or he really likes receiving head from you, getting toys that are going to essentially simulate that same thing, to where that it's going to be something that they are going to enjoy. And again, when you're gifting it, gift it, maybe with a little note, or say something as you're giving it to them, like, hey, this is something that I want us to experience together. Because the last thing I want to happen is you go out and you spend this money on a sex toy for your partner, and then it stays in the box for the next year, right? You want to make sure that you're getting use out of these things. So
yeah, and I think in my head, right, like I'm just seeing somebody who is worried about being labeled like a weirdo or a pervert, or making that jump. Oh my God, it's like so out of left field. So how do they get over that sort of fear? Again, like, are they like dropping hints, or are they just straight out asking their partner, like, hey, I kind of want to buy you some like fucking kinky shit? Or like, how do they do that,
Yeah, I have a freebie on my website. It's called a want, will, won't list. And that would be something that people could start with. Each partner would fill out their own list, and it's going to take them through a ton of different sexual activities. And they list whether they want to do this, will they do this, or won't they do this? And so at the end of both people doing this, then they can kind of exchange their list. So you have essentially this manifest for your partner on exactly what they want sexually. And also, if you already know that your partner has some resistance to toys, Christmas might not be the best time to buy the toy, right? Like, that might not be the best time. You want to meet them where they're at. And so if they need to kind of take it more slow and steady moving into the world of sex toys, that's okay. Start with something small. Like I mentioned, the lubricants and creams, starting with something like that before jumping right into a sex toy, something maybe like lingerie or a blindfold, like a feather, tickler, something like that, if you're wanting to get more into the kink world. But yeah, don't rush it with them. Let them kind of take their own path into it too.
Yeah, because I mean, it's one of these communication things, right? And I think, and I've talked about this in previous episodes, and I feel like, you would be someone to really like have a zinger of a statement on this. But I would say, in my like opinion, which doesn't count for shit, right? But who the fuck am I? But I would imagine, and in my experience, that thing that you're nervous about bringing up, that like kink or fetish or thing you want to try or toy you want to buy in this case, you're with that person and it's working on some level for a reason. And I think when you do come clean about your desires, no matter how dark or weird or whatever you think they are, 9 times out of 10, I feel like the partner's like, that sounds awesome. Like, I wish you would have said that 2 months ago or whatever kind of a thing. And it works, right? So is that kind of correct, right? Because the relationship sort of works already. So these things, and if you could just give your professional opinion, that was my unprofessional opinion. What's your professional opinion on basically being honest about what you desire and want?
Yeah, I want to say it's going to go 50-50. It really does depend on that couple, because although things could be going great and, easy going and whatnot, there still could be that disconnect sexually happening. And so when it comes to sharing your fantasies with your partner, you first want to get very clear on exactly what it is that that fantasy that you're trying to share with them, or that desire rather that you're trying to share with them. And then when you bring this up in conversation, it's so important that you include the reason why it is that you want to experience this thing with them. It's not like, hey, I have this threesome fetish, right? And I want to have a threesome. It's like, no, including why it is that I want to experience this with you. And so I think that that's going to really help guide your conversation. It's going to, I think, pull down some walls that the person on the other side might have. So, eliminate some of the resistance that might show up. And again, sometimes we're going to share fantasies or desires with our partners and they're not going to be receptive to it. And it's going to take time. And so I want to tell you, if you feel like you're sharing something, you're getting rejection from them, be patient. That goes back to my suggestion of kind of meeting them where they're at. But if that was your main goal, kind of breaking that down, okay, what other steps could we take, smaller steps to getting to that place, to kind of build them up and kind of ease them into, experience this whole new world probably that you're, opening up for them.
Well, and here's the thing, right? If they shoot you down, if your worst fear comes true and they say that's weird or whatever, right? You now have a sex toy in the drawer that sucks your clit. So go get the toy, ditch them and go do your fucking thing, right? Merry Christmas, everybody. Rachel Maine, thank you so much for being here for the Sex Party Holiday Special. Maybe let's tell them not only where they can work with you and find you, right? But where can they buy some of these awesome sex toys?
I appreciate that. So you can find me on Instagram at the Rachel Maine. My website is also rachelmaine.com. So anything there, that's where my programs are, my coaching is, product store, everything is all there.
Awesome. And you will be back. So they can look forward to that. Merry Christmas. You. Thanks for doing this.
Merry Christmas.
Sex Party Season's greetings.
Hello, everybody. My name is Ava Marie, and my top tip for this holiday is make sure to spoil yourself. I don't know, maybe with a new sex toy or a new position you want to try out. I don't know, spice things up. Stay horny, everybody.
Hey everyone, it is Rachel Maine, all the way from Michigan, your favorite sex and relationship coach. I want to wish you the best Christmas and holiday season ever, and I want you to have the most amazing 2023. And this is your reminder to masturbate every day as your countdown to Christmas, because you deserve all the pleasure that Santa is bringing you this year. Cheers.
Hi, this is Brianna Datchison, and make sure this holiday season, when you're with your family, instead of just hinting that you're upset with them, make sure to tell them exactly why you're mad. Really let them have it. Happy holidays.
Hello, I'm Dorothy A.B. Johnson, also known as Breakup Coach Dorothy. Merry Christmas to you. If you are going through a breakup right now, you are so not alone. I'm sending you so much love. But I do want to give you permission to be just a little bit toxic, like 10% toxic, and send that dirty Santa sexy photo to your ex to make him jealous. Sending you all the love.
Hey everyone, I'm April, and you may recognize this voice from the Sex Party podcast. Listen, I just wanted to wish you all the merriest of Christmases, and please write into Dustin with all your tea from your Christmas nights out. I am here for it. I can't wait to hear your stories. Much love to everyone. Merry Christmas.
Hey, it's Stephanie Weniger, and you may not see or hear me on the podcast,
but I'm the one that edits this chaos. I hope you all have a very Merry Christmas. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the podcast so that I can keep my job. Happy holidays.
Hello, everybody. Serena Rose here, aka Spiritual Sex Coach on Instagram, and I wanted to wish you happy holidays, Merry Christmas, and all that shit. Happy New Year's, and wanted to bring you a special reminder to take care of your body. Make sure that you're resting. You're taking moments to breathe, even if you're running away from your family into the bathroom for 15 seconds to look at yourself in the mirror and take a breath. You are allowed to do it. And hydrate yourself in and outside of the bedroom. Check out more of me on episode 29.
Hey, it's Sean Jacobson, and I'm here to tell you this holiday season you need to be giving your man or woman some honey head. All you got to do is take a little dribble drop of honey, put it on the clit, put it on the wiener, and go to town.
Is Christmas horny enough? How do we make it sluttier? Is Santa fucking his elves? Superstar OnlyFans creator and friend of the show, Ava Marie, joins me in this final interview of the holiday special to talk about all of it. We also reflect back on her record-breaking year on OnlyFans and what is to come for her in 2023. So without further ado, this is my Christmas conversation with Ava Marie.
Happy holidays.
Ava Marie, welcome back to Sex Party, but more importantly, welcome to the Sex Party Christmas Holiday Special. How are you doing? You're looking festive.
Thank you. I'm doing amazing. Thank you so much for having me back, and I'm really excited.
Of course. Lots of things going on this year with you. You've had a big 2022, yeah? Like what are some of your highlights, would you say, of 22?
I've done a lot of things actually in 2022. One of the bigger things that I started is actually starting my Twitch stream. So that's what I've been doing that for about like 4 months now. That's been going amazing. And I mean, I'm still doing, the OF. So I'm kind of just like, doing this on the side alongside with that.
Yeah, for sure.
Another thing is that I've gone on multiple podcasts this year. I've gone on Pillow Talk and also That's Offensive. So that's really exciting too, because I got to meet Ryan Pownall and I got to meet Adelia, and they're both really nice people and I love them and they're great.
Yeah, Adelia was amazing. Like she was on this show. She's great. She's insanely smart, insanely funny, right?
She really is. I agree.
Yeah, for sure. I think spoiler alert, but like Adelia may be back in season 2 of Sex Party, so keep your eyes peeled, everybody.
Oh, shoot. Okay, that's gonna be exciting.
Yeah, I saw your interview. Well, I saw part of it, right? I saw part of it. I don't want to cannibalize that interview. I won't ask the same things, but there's some very interesting things in that interview. Everyone should go check it out for sure.
Yes, of course. We've talked a lot about like some crazy things that I feel like not a lot of people usually talk about on like, podcasts and stuff. Some of them, some parts of them. If y'all don't know what I'm talking about, just check out the interview.
Yeah, and you are episode 33 of Sex Party this season. We talked about nun orgies. We talked a little bit about your cousin Kazumi. We talked about how you got started on OF and doing all the things. Great interview. Everyone should go check that shit out, right? We're kind of reliving the year. It's the end of the year. It's Christmas time. Everything is lovely yet chaotic.
It really is.
So
everybody's rushing through it,
I know. Do you feel really rushed this year?
Not really rushed. It's more like I just tried to do as much as I can for this year. And I mean, it's paying off, so why not? Hard work now and just play later.
Right? Of course. Do you think? Okay, so Christmas, right? It's weird because I feel like we haven't quite slutified Christmas just yet, right? Like we've gotten Halloween, like everyone gets crazy and slutty on Halloween. We love it. Valentine's Day, kind of, there's like parties popping up if you're single and shit. Wasn't happening like 10, 20 years ago. It's happening now. Even
Right.
like Easter feels a little more hornier than Christmas, right? Like, do
Oh
you
my
think Christmas is like a horny holiday, or do you think that it needs a little work?
I think it needs a little bit of a work into that. I mean, like Christmas, you kind of just think like, it's family time, So I'm like, I don't really know if I want to be horny around my family, but I mean, I'm horny all the time. But I mean, not gonna lie, I haven't been feeling like the Christmas spirit. I don't know what it is, but I definitely think that it could be, I don't know, spicier in a way.
Yeah, it could definitely
Make
be
it
hornier.
get a little bit more hyped up. But you know
Right.
what? This interview is kind of doing that right now to
Yeah.
me.
We're
No
trying
lie.
to pump shit up. It's Christmas time, right? Like,
Right?
well, it's funny because I just read a study, which I wanted to get your opinion on, right? So you and I both think Christmas needs a little more sex work, right? In all the ways. Yet amongst people who travel back home for the holidays, they claim to be having 50% more sex than they would normally on Christmas Day. So on Christmas Day, their sex goes up,
Really?
even though they're like down the hall from like cousin Larry and Uncle Tom and whoever, right?
Is it maybe because like people are a little bit more lax with like work and stuff? Like there's a little bit more free time, not have to worry about like,
Yeah, I don't know.
busy lives, normal busy life schedule. Like, oh, I'm on a holiday break. Fuck it. I'm a
Right.
fuck.
Yeah, so I think potentially, right? Like maybe, but like it's very interesting because maybe it's like a thing where they're like, I'm not supposed to be doing this. So maybe that's the drive. Like it's like a secret little forbidden taboo kind of a fucking thing, right?
I feel that, like, kind of like, oh, I should be hanging out with like my family, with dinner, gift giving, and all that.
Yeah.
But fuck it.
Yeah.
Let's have a
Like
party in a bedroom.
right. In your old high school bedroom, right?
Oh my god.
Okay, so Christmas work parties, we have a lot of people do these things, right? They tend to get kind of fucked up, kind of hammered. Do you think it's a good idea to hook up with your coworker you might think is hot at the Christmas party, or do you think you should like maybe not?
I mean, if no one's gonna know, why not? Just make sure the other coworker doesn't like spill the beans on anyone. I would.
That's the risk, though. So you would do that?
I might.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
I gotta make sure like what the other person's gonna do. Like it has to keep it a secret,
Right. Yeah. I mean, there has to be some sort of agreement. Like,
That's true.
Shut up. Yeah, for sure.
Exactly. Would you?
I would. Yeah. Totally.
Okay.
Yeah. But see, I'm like, I just do whatever. I just feel like if you're single and you want to hook up and whatever, why would you let your job stop you?
Right.
Fuck that.
Yeah, and it's a party.
Exactly. It's
It's
work.
fine.
Yeah, sure, for sure. I mean, maybe I would even take a step further and do it in your boss's office, maybe. So.
Oh, you're wild like that.
Yeah,
I mean, if everybody's like in one like confined space, and if the entire office is like open to just like trespass and just like
yeah, for
hang
sure.
out.
Why not? Yeah, break
not?
a couple rules, pull the fire alarm on your way out. Fuck it. Yeah, exactly. So do you have any OF like holiday themed content that's available or is coming for Christmas?
So yes, I actually am planning on making a few the next following days. I know it might be a little bit late, but it's coming.
Yeah, this beard is way too hot to like continue this bullshit. It's so bad.
Oh, you're all good.
Yeah. Oh my god. That is so much. Yes. Oh my god. I feel so
Now
much
you can
fucking
finally breathe.
better. Yeah, and it smelled bad too. I don't know why.
Oh, it's like
I
one
don't
of
know
those chemically smells and stuff.
Yeah, I don't know what
Damn.
Amazon is doing in their off time, but that really smelled terrible. It smelled like old like fish guts. So I don't know what's going on. Yeah.
Oh.
Super weird. Not a fan. So you do have holiday themed content. Like you said, it's coming or it's up now?
It is coming. I mean, I did have like some previous ones that I took from like last year that I didn't really get to use a whole lot. So,
Yeah.
it's the season, so might as well. But yes, some are coming, or there's gonna be new ones coming for sure.
Okay, so are we talking like Christmas Eve, on Christmas, just before? You're not sure?
I'm trying to do at least like I'm trying to do like 3 sets of stuff. So maybe I'll wear this and then like a different like red lingerie for a different one. So I'm kind of like trying to my plan is to release like maybe one or like a few before Christmas to get people riled up, and then like the crazier one. Well, not like crazy, but hotter ones for Christmas type thing.
Okay, so 3 different sets, right? Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. And then next year 23, right? Like, do you have big plans for OF? Are you doing even cuz okay, here's the thing. Without getting into like crazy specifics, but like we can give you whatever. You've had a crazy year. I mean, you've had a crazy year, right?
It's been crazy.
Yeah. So how do you top yourself? Like, what's the goal for 23? Like, give
You know what?
me some
Sorry,
secrets.
go ahead.
Give me an exclusive.
Some
Yeah.
secrets. Okay, well, I don't really have very many secrets because I myself don't know what my plans are for
I get it.
2023, but just to grind harder than I did this year. So pretty much just like putting out a lot more. I'm gonna be focusing more on putting out new solo content out there because that's kind of like something that I mean, I did put out solo content this year, but I just feel like I could have done a lot more. So focusing on that, and then trying to be popping on Twitch. As I said, I just started on that too, so kind of just like seeing where that goes. And I guess another secret is that I am working with like a talent program type of thing where it's just like acting and modeling classes type thing. So I don't know, we might get booked with some fire gigs next year, hoping so, manifesting those.
So like in the
yeah.
adult industry or in the mainstream?
So actually, it's not gonna be in the adult industry.
Ooh.
Yeah, I mean, I'm still going to be doing like, OF on the side. I'm not gonna be giving that up just yet. But I'm kind of like focusing more into like branching myself out and like seeing other outlets in the entertainment industry and see how it goes.
So you're trying to work your way into the Marvel Cinematic Universe. That's the goal.
I think so, yeah. We'll see what the goals are, or we'll see what the offers would be in the future.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, we're hoping to, I don't know, hopefully get into like some Netflix shows. That would be dope. Or like, I don't know, some big movies, commercials and all that.
So
don't know yet.
Any franchise that you could be a part of, what would you pick? Would it be like the Avengers? Would it be more of a Batman thing? Would you do Star Wars? Like if you could do a mainstream project, you can pick any franchise. I don't know. Some people are fucking into like Harry Potter and shit, and we love that for them. I'm not a fan. Don't crucify me. Whatever. But
yeah, I feel
what would your franchise?
I mean, to be honest, I'd be open to whatever. I'm also gonna be honest. I'm not a big fan of like superhero movies. But I can see myself act as like a superhero. Fuck it. I don't know. We'll just learn how it is.
I think you'd be a good villain.
I don't know what like you think I'd be a good villain? Is that what you said?
Totally.
Some like mommy
type totally of thing. Like trying to
that would be
take
funny.
control of the heroes and shit. I think that'd be great. Yeah. So
I think that
so what kind of movies do you like in your personal life? Like what are you watching? What are you a big fan of? What do you want to be a part of?
Yeah, so I mean, with movies, I usually go for like the horror, like mystery thriller type movies, or like comedy. And I mean, sometimes like the animated stuff, some corny stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, every once in a while I check out like action movies, but that's like not really my cup of tea. It just depends on the movie. I'm not a big movie or TV show person, but when I do, I just watch like what's trending usually. I would like TV shows. I usually do like reality TV shows.
Yeah.
And also like more thriller and stuff like that. Thriller, true crime.
Yeah, I feel like I could totally see you in a horror movie too. That makes sense.
That's so funny. I don't think I could ever, just because of like the stories that the actors would say and be like, yeah, I literally felt something when we were filming, or like, I don't know, some weird shit that's going on. I'm like, I mean, I don't know if that's true, but that would be cool. But
Like,
I don't
okay.
know. I'd be scared to be starring in a horror movie. I don't know.
What? Okay, scared for what reason though? Because you're afraid your co-stars would hit on you, or what?
No, like just afraid that like actual ghosts will like take over me and like I don't know. I don't know, just some stupid shit like that.
Okay. Well, I mean,
like exorcism or some shit. I don't know.
Well, maybe you should.
Oh,
Maybe
no.
you could be in holiday movies.
There you go. Possibly holiday.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah, or something like I don't know. I could also see myself like as a mean girl type thing,
yeah, totally. Yeah, I mean, I think horror movies, holiday movies, superhero movies, right? I think you could do all that shit.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
We're gonna see. We're gonna figure it out next year.
23, baby. Hell yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah, no, it is crazy. But I think that's great for you. I think that you're on the right track with that. That's like awesome. You're trying to fucking branch out. Do you think, now we're on the topic of movies, right? Do you have holiday movies that you watch at all? Are you a fan of holiday movies?
Not really.
Yeah.
I should probably start getting into it just to like get into the spirit
Sure.
of the holidays, But I don't. What about you? What's your like top 3?
So, okay, first, before I answer that, do you think Die Hard is a Christmas movie? This is a tough question because some people think that it is, and some.
Die Hard?
Yeah, it's an action movie.
I don't think I've even watched that.
Man. Okay, so Die Hard is my favorite Christmas movie.
Wait, can I look it up?
Of
real
course
quick?
you can look it up. It's a Christmas
Okay.
special. You can do whatever you want, right?
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I just want to make sure because, as I said, like this is like super embarrassing to admit. Like I haven't watched a whole lot of movies in my life.
Because you're on Twitch and OF all day and night.
That. Oh yeah, and it's also wait, is it the one with
Bruce Willis.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think I've ever watched that movie before, and it's like an older movie, so I actually don't watch a lot of older movies.
This Christmas you should watch Die Hard, and then you should report back to me and tell me if you think it's a Christmas movie or not, because it takes place on Christmas. This man goes to see his wife, who he's estranged from, at the work holiday party at the Nakatomi Plaza Tower in LA, and the building gets taken over by terrorists. He's a cop. He has to save the day. And it takes place on Christmas. It's amazing. I think it's a Christmas movie. It's my number one Christmas movie. I would also say Lethal Weapon, the first Lethal Weapon, is also a Christmas movie in my top 3. And to round it out, I'm going to go with Home Alone. I'm going to go with Home Alone.
Okay.
Yeah.
Home Alone's a classic.
Yeah.
For
Yeah.
sure. I've never heard of Lethal Weapon?
Yeah. I mean, this is insane.
What is
This
that? What
insane.
movie is that about?
2 cops on Christmas trying to stop bad guys, basically. One cop is suicidal. The other one is trying to retire. It's a classic. You should watch it.
Is it more of a
Action.
Wait.
Action.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, is it a little bit more of like a comedy type action?
I mean, a little bit. The first one's pretty serious. Mel Gibson, Danny Glover. It's a fucking classic. It's super violent, which is great. We
Right.
love that. For your
Right.
Christmas movie, you got to have violence.
Okay, yeah, why
Yeah,
not?
those are my.
But yeah, I mean, yeah, I will try to watch them. No promises. But like, did they end like the movie with it still being Christmas, or like did they like?
No, they all take place over Christmas. Even Home Alone is like a couple days before, and then it ends on Christmas morning. But like,
exactly.
like Lethal Weapon and Die Hard take place on Christmas Eve, I think.
I would say it's a non-traditional Christmas movie, but it's still a Christmas.
Yeah, I mean, come on, you can't. If we stick with the traditional ones, we'll be on this like
It'll just all be Christmas.
Yeah, but like
Stuff, opening gifts and stuff.
Well, sure, but like It's a Wonderful Life, right? That's a classic Christmas movie. I dig it. I dig it. But like, I could just once a year is fine. A Christmas Story, right? That one's kind of played for me. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's like played out.
Yeah, I think they definitely need to come out with like a new Christmas movie, because not gonna lie, I think like everybody's just been watching the same movies during Christmas time.
I think that's like
I don't know.
part of what they do, sure, but like
I mean, classics,
yeah, and it's cool,
Tradition, but
yeah, I got my own traditions, y'all.
I think I need a little bit more of a spice to
Yeah. No.
Make it more modern feeling type.
Well,
2022.
Try
2023.
even though Die Hard is towards the end of the 80s, try Die Hard and let me know what you think. Do you
I will.
So okay.
I will let you know.
Yeah, I have to know at this point. Do you think, judging yourself, right, in 22, were you naughty or nice? Because I know what you were gonna say, right? Oh, I'm naughty, you did it right. But like, think about it really. You did some crazy shit, which everyone loves. And I think it's amazing. I'm like, I can't wait to see how you top yourself next year. But do you think personally, because you have the full experience, you have your OF life, your Twitch life, and your real life, all those three combined, would you say you're naughty or nice this year?
I think I've been nice this year.
Oh, wow.
I haven't been too naughty. I mean, okay, hold on. Maybe a little bit. Maybe like 48% naughty, 52 nice.
I mean,
like I kind of like calmed down a little bit this year. I feel like just because I focused a lot more on like actually working and like, the back office part of the job.
yeah.
So I haven't done like really crazy stuff, and I don't think I've topped anything that I've done
Right.
last year. I mean, some, but not like as crazy as last year. So I must say I'm a little bit nicer this year for sure.
Okay. So what do you think slowed you down? Were you like, oh, I'm getting too crazy with the nun orgy? I'm getting too crazy with the other thing.
I mean, like, I love collaborating with other people and all that, but I kind of just wanted to like wind down and just kind of get back into like working from home type thing. Just because like, traveling gets tough it's not really tough, but like I have like 4 dogs, so it's a little bit tough to like plan out my trips and all that. So I mean, I took like back-to-back trips too this year. So I just got like overwhelmed with like traveling and like I guess meeting other people or like collaborating with other people that I just decided to, stay at home a little bit more and do work at home.
Yeah.
I mean, like,
Yeah.
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 I have like a big space for me to like work in. Um so, it wasn't an issue for me to work at home. So, and I'm very much of like an introvert too. So like I guess this year kind of just made me want to just like stay at home and be a little bit more introverted. And now with Twitch, like,
Sure.
I'm just at home all the time.
Yeah, but I think it's important to to remind everybody like you might be introverted and like chilling, but like on OF, right? Like it's not, you're not.
Oh, it's still
That's what I
crazy.
mean. That's not.
It's still the naughty things.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, it's definitely more like I've been doing a lot more like solos instead of like collabing with other people.
Yeah, because it did seem like for a minute there you had a lot of collabs going. And speaking of that, right? So if we took our mutual friend Adelia, and your cousin Kazumi, right? The two of them, who's naughty, who's nice in that duo?
Oh my gosh. I mean, obviously Kazumi gets the naughty. Kazumi gets the naughty title. That girl is crazy, and I don't know. She has, I don't know, just naughty things planned throughout her day, like literally booked forever and ever. I mean, with Adelia, she's also crazy busy. But from what I don't know if it's still the recent news, but like she's kind like, isn't she like celibate or something? Like she's been kind of like taking a break from like dicks or something like that. So
Yeah.
it hasn't been like crazy
Yeah.
for her, but like, Kazumi is like getting on with like the top names of mainstream, even if she's still like working independence. And that's amazing for her.
No, for sure.
I'm really proud that she's like where she's at right now.
Yeah, and
Yeah, I think Adelia is a little nicer and Kazumi is definitely naughty as heck.
Okay, so Adelia is nice, Kazumi is naughty, right? That tracks. I feel like that fucking makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah. I think a lot of people would agree.
Well, and you've done collabs with both of them, right?
I did. So Kazumi, I've done like explicit ones. With deals, I actually haven't. We've only done the podcast, and we did like a few clips for like TikTok and stuff.
Sure.
But we haven't really collabed for like OF.
Yeah. No, I mean, well, 23. We'll see what shakes out.
We'll see how it is.
Okay, so Santa Claus, this is an old white man. He's at the North Pole. He's very old. He's got his wife. There's some questions there, right? So like he works year round, he's busy. Do you think that Santa Claus and Mrs. Claus just have like a banging sex life, or is this man like banging the elves, right? Like what's going on with Santa Claus?
I think I mean, from what I've heard, Santa Claus is pretty much a sugar daddy. So they could either be in like a really open relationship, they could just fuck around whenever they want to, and come back home and they'll do kiss under the mistletoe type thing.
Oh my god.
And like, I don't know, maybe have fun underneath the tree or like in the chimney. I don't know. Who knows?
Okay, so but do you think he's having sex with elves?
With
with the elves at work.
I mean, probably like a whole like orgy.
An
I
elf
don't
orgy.
know. So like pretty much probably getting hopefully. That would be amazing.
Yeah. What would that be?
I would love to know myself.
Would that be a reverse gangbang if okay.
Pretty much.
So if okay, so like they're all banging him.
I mean,
unless, right? Yeah.
Who knows? It's 2022.
It's very, very, very true, and we support anything that's that makes people happy. That's legal, right? Or like whatever. I don't know what elf law is. I think that's a gray area.
I don't know what Santa rules.
Yeah.
Laws are.
The
North Pole rules. Yeah, exactly.
Totally. So are you doing anything this year that's different than last year, or are you just chilling like Christmas wise? What's the plan?
I actually don't have any plans for Christmas. I moved to Arizona like a year ago, so like I'm away from my family, and there's not really like there's not a bad relationship, but it's not good either for me to like fly out there or them to fly out here. So I'm probably just gonna be working.
Yeah.
I'm probably just gonna be streaming or like, I don't know, doing some sort of like social media stuff on that day, but
so you
spoiling myself, if anything. Spoiling my subscribers on the page.
So there's a chance you might be live on OF or Twitch or both this Christmas.
True.
Yeah.
That is true.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like there's a lot of horny people out there on Christmas, so that
might
be, perfect.
Like if you can make
perfect
the
timing,
bucks while you're celebrating Christmas, why not?
Yeah, for sure. So do you buy your friends and family tons of gifts? Do they spoil you? Like, what's your stance on gifts? How much are we spending? Are we capping it? Are we just giving everyone gift cards? Like, where are you at on all the gift giving stuff?
Okay, so honestly, before I was a big gift giver, I would gift pretty much all my family members, even to like extended family members, like 3 small gifts or something like that each, and I'm just like, fuck. And then here they are, like, I mean, I don't care what I get, but like just the fact that I feel like I gave more of a thoughtful gift and I'm just getting like, oh, a Ross gift. I'm just like, okay, whatever. So like now, like this year, I'm just like, you know what? I think it's best if I should just spoil myself because, I don't want to ask anybody else. I mean, other than my subs and like, sugar daddies.
Yeah.
But I mean, I didn't really plan on like giving any of my family any gifts. I'm giving some friends, like really close friends, some gifts. But it's more of like, something that they can do for themselves instead of like materialistic things. So like, maybe a massage or whatever they're into to treat themselves for the holidays. That's kind of like what I'm going for.
Yeah, no, that's great. But because everyone's fucking different,
Yeah.
right? Like people are like, oh, I don't spend this much, or I only buy gifts from this part of town, and like everyone has like a certain thing,
Right.
like shop local. What I'm not buying. If I've known you less than a year, you don't get a gift. And then other people are like everybody gets a gift, everybody or whatever. So we have to check in and find out what your plans are, right?
Yeah, no, for me, it just depends on like who the person is. Like if they're really special, if they've helped me like throughout this year, made sure they constantly checked in on me or something like that. I mean, yeah, you deserve something for Christmas. It's just like an appreciation.
Yeah, no, totally. A little
Like if you haven't
recognition.
texted me or if you only texted me once, just to,
Yeah.
I don't know, ask for something not even important, I'm like, bleach.
Exactly, right? Like people text you because they know that you're killing it on OF on Twitch and doing all the things, and can you introduce me to Kazumi and like all of that bullshit, right? Like they don't get a gift.
Yeah.
I fucking hate people like that who only come around
Yeah.
after your success level starts to go up and they start like pretending like they've been there the whole time.
Right.
Ugh.
No, I feel that. That's why
Yeah.
I just stay like where I'm at. Like I be quiet. I move in silence most of the time. So
Right. Okay, so since we are on the same page, we were trying to make Christmas a hornier holiday. What from an expert like yourself, what advice do you have to people on how to like be hornier on Christmas? Like some sex advice?
okay, give your partner or yourself a sex toy for Christmas, like something different. Like I feel like if you have like a little bit more of a lower sexual desire, like I feel like something new that you haven't tried before can kind of spark that up again. Um so I mean for me, I got like really early Christmas gifts actually, and I got some like new toys and I'm really excited to use that. So just pretty much that, and just feel it out, don't rush anything, and I don't know. If the MJ is legal where you're at, kind of use a little bit of that too. It
Well,
helps for me, so hopefully, for people that are down to do that.
yeah. I mean, I think any advice, right, is good advice because people just are like, Christmas time can be lonely, Christmas time can be happy but yet overwhelming, and no one is really talking about sex at Christmas time. Apparently they're having it according to these fucking surveys, right? But I think, hearing from you on how to have better sex is, we love that. The sex toys,
Or just, try out different things. Like if you haven't done anal yet, why not try it out now?
yeah, that could even be potentially part of someone's gift, right?
Right, exactly.
Totally.
New experiences.
New experiences at Christmas into 23. You might like something, you might carry it into the new year with you.
Yeah.
So if your life, this is the final question for the Christmas special with Ava Marie, right? So if your life was a Christmas movie, what would be the title?
Oh, if my life was a Christmas movie,
Mhm.
I'd be like, what would be the title? Horny Girl Next Door in during Christmas. I don't know. Oh, maybe I can find like, I don't know, maybe we can shorten that up, but that's pretty much like the gist of the movie.
I love that you just knocked something over too when you
I
said
know,
it.
I did too. I was just like, what the heck? Of course that would happen.
Yeah, no, that's amazing. Ava Marie, let's remind the audience where they can find you, where they can give you money, and all of the things.
Yes. So I have my Instagram.com/the Ava Marie with 2 E's at the end, and you can find my link on there for all my socials. But if you just want to find me, for example, on OnlyFans, my name is the Ava Marie with 2 E's at the end as well. Same with Twitter, Twitch, TikTok, and yeah, you can DM me on Twitter, IG, OF. If you want to come spoil me, and I'll spoil you back.
Merry Christmas, happy holiday, happy New Year. We will see you in season 2 at some point. You'll be back.
Yes, I am so excited already. But yeah, Merry Christmas to you too, and Happy New Year to everybody. And
of course.
I think that was a great episode.
Yeah.
I'm so happy to be back.
Totally. We'll see you soon.
Thanks, Dustin.
That's it. That's a wrap on the Sex Party 2022 holiday special. Big thank you to my guests, Dorothy, A.B. Johnson, Rachel Maine, and Ava Marie. Huge thank you to everybody who popped in to make a holiday cameo. If you guys want a Valentine's Day special, I think you do. But if you really want it and you want to show some appreciation for Sex Party, there's a couple different ways you can do that. If you're listening on platforms like Apple, Spotify, you can subscribe to the show. You can leave a rating. You can leave a review. If you're watching on YouTube, ho. If you're watching on YouTube, you can like the video. You can subscribe to the channel. You can leave a comment. As always, you can reach out to me in the DMs on Instagram. And I will see you back on our normal time slot, Wednesdays. See you soon. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. Happy holidays.
Thanks for listening. The party continues next week. Click subscribe and let's make this a regular thing. Follow the show on Instagram and Twitter @SexPartyFM. Follow Dustin @DustinRybka.